My bad. I hope that's better. That should be better. That should be better. I'll see you, cousin. That aggravated me greatly. Is that better? How my mic sound? 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Loud and clear. Stream sound good. Bad. Bad. That shit just frazzled me real quick. So, legislative wise, there's this thing with the airplanes and shit, and everybody, not everybody, only the people that, use the connection and shit have an issue. So we have in between, we have 2 airports here in Queens. So airplane travel is very frequent. And as they're taking off, they steal the motherfucking Wi-Fi and bandwidth. Right? Which is crazy. Because we got airspace. I don't know about everybody else, but we got airspace over here. We got airspace. This shit is a problem. I don't care. Even, listen, the only way you don't experience any issues is on Ethernet. Right? Old school broadband and shit. But New York is raggedy, like I was saying. I don't know what y'all got going on in y'all country. Well, I do know what some of y'all got going on in y'all country, y'all state. And the shit is trash. Shit is trash. So like I was saying, I seen them immigrants. They got jobs in factories that been closed 20, 30 years. So they created a whole bunch of commerce. It's a whole new underworld. They have a whole new underbelly. And it's a mess. It's a hot sinking mess. And another couple of streets over, and they're gonna be in my district, and we gonna have to make sure that shit don't happen. They already got a Igbo Congress. I don't know if y'all seen it on Linden Boulevard. The Igbos got a Congress out here. They got a Congress out here. Haven't quite figured out why they got a Congress out here. They got some elaborate shit going on. And I'm not mad for them getting it in, how they getting it in, because I'm pretty sure this is the best these immigrants ever lived. Right? But they hustle is crazy. How they know how to already plug their shit into the street lights. Like they came here knowing how to get a lot of shit un gratis. Un gratis is free. Never mind how much money they getting, how much free shit. You talk about living off the motherfucking land. These motherfuckers got trailers. They took their bread, pulled their money, and bought mad many campers and shit like that. Ain't nowhere to park a fucking car. Where you parking a motherfucking trailer at? They're buying trailers. They hooking up lights to the street light outside. Not only did they give them Indian bread, right? Indian money. They gave them so much chicken. These motherfuckers is living off of very simple means. They all got cars. I seen one of them driving her 2 kids to school on a motherfucking moped. Wasn't a scooter. This shit was a fucking moped. The tires was any bigger, it might have been a dirt bike. This is a moped with some wild ass suspension on the shit. Looked like she built the shit. Bitch had 3 kids on that shit. I don't know how she did it. She had 3 children. 2 in the back, 1 in the front. The littlest one in the front with her. This shit is wild out here. It's wild. They getting everything free. On top of getting all this chicken. Motherfucking mayor under siege. And I don't know if y'all seen. So if Eric Adams has to resign or step down or whatever, I don't know if y'all seen. It's not the deputy mayor that becomes his replacement. It's not. It's that dude, what's his name? Jamani, what's his name? Jamani Williams. Anyway, this nigga got a hairline like Kevin Durant. He got that Kevin Durant hairline. What's his name? The beads. The pull up and park hair look like an aerial view of 1,000 parked cars from a fucking helicopter and shit. You know, from the aerial view. He got that kind of hair. Nigga wear a book bag and a backpack and shit like that. He don't look like he ready to be the mayor. For real. And you look on his Twitter page, nigga got a good suit on. He's still, and it ain't even a good suit. It's a zoot suit. Pinstripes looking real fucking Cab Calloway-ish and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? With the seersucker suit. Go look and see his Twitter page. Nigga got the seersucker suit on. It ain't even no, nice little shark skin look. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. Nigga looking like a whole swarthy European, but it's the hairline that irks me. But I don't take none of them niggas seriously. We ain't got no reason to take none of these niggas serious. They've been playing foreign games. Hakeem Jeffries, every last one of them. They play with foreigners. Go and look and see what committees they're on. Please go see what committees they're on. They have subcommittees. They're attached to whole different things. They're not just a senator. They might be on Ways and Means. They might be, you got to go see where they environmental, go see where they compartmentalize, what other places they sitting in, making decisions for. All these shiny blacks out here in New York, these niggas is playing with all foreigners. They playing a lot of games. And won't nobody stop them because everybody's supposed to be looking at what the white man doing. And these niggas out here been robbing motherfuckers blind for generations since Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, all up in this shit. All up in it. And ain't nobody do nothing. Then when you tell the truth about these motherfuckers, people are mad at you like you wasn't supposed to do that. You're not supposed to say nothing. Why? We live in a time where a motherfucker that's at war, getting war declared on them every motherfucking day, gotta be quiet to keep the fucking peace. For the motherfuckers that's creating all the goddamn havoc. That shit is retarded. You gotta be quiet to keep the peace. Are you crazy? How you gonna keep the peace and these motherfuckers is playing how they playing? can't be about that. This is why a good man got to be a dangerous one, too. You got to be willing to go to some extreme lengths to make sure you protect what's yours. Yeah, that's for everybody. A good motherfucker got to be a dangerous motherfucker. Can't just be good. Just good. You just so good. Just so good. Nigga, you better be dangerous, too. Because these motherfuckers that hate your good are trying to get you got. Try to get you got. Probably taking care of you, drinking your water and shit like that. Before we have to, right? Because niggas pay for clean water. Niggas is buying essential bottles and shit like that. Y'all see how out here in New York, it's going to be a dead body over these bottles. The bottle deposit, you pay the bottle deposit in New York, you get a nickel back. Well, the same crackheads and people that have been taking the bottles for the last 30 years now got to compete with immigrants. Somehow they already know. They cleaning up all the bottles. So along the bottle route, we've been leaving our shit for this one lady that been here 15 years. She come and get the bottles. Foreigners is coming, cashing in on everything. When I tell you, after they got they 10,000 in EBT, these motherfuckers is still out here earning. They digging in cans, getting bottles and everything. This shit is crazy. And they treated them different. The Venezuelans and Haitians and the Africans get treated way different than the Ukrainians. The Ukrainian bitches came here with Gucci, Fendi, Louis. Hey, nails done, hair did, everything did. You heard? Right? Yes, indeed. They was out here getting it. They got to it, came here with it. These other folks, they ain't had the same thing. They got sent to the shelters, to the hotels and shit like that. Shout out to Marriott. Shout out to Marriott. You see how they been running your motherfucking brand down, right? You want to know how business was booming, but it ain't your shit going down, especially out here in New York, because they got migrants, domestic violence shelters. They got a whole bunch of stuff going on in them hotels. Shout out to Law and Order, because you really meet the fucking SVU of New York City, NYPD and shit like that, asking for the motherfucking cameras from this night to this night. You ever met SVU? Probably not. Nasty work they got going on here. And now I'm vested. I'm here. This is what it is. So I'm going to be scrapping, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty to fucking talk about. This my country. I ain't gonna run no more. I'm not a California refugee, right? Because I was a refugee in California, refugee in North Carolina, even though that's going back home too. But it's definitely gonna be time to turn up here, though. This shit nasty. This shit nasty. And we definitely gonna have to get our American Indian political party. And it might be a great idea to really, you know, buckle that here specifically, because this is where the Native American Party came from. They was here in New York, right? Irish and the rabbits, right? Who holds sway over the 5 points? Yeah, that was happening. The potato famine babies coming over here, right? And then when they seen what the so-called slaves had down south, they was stealing everything, right? And this is why if you read them stories, the slaves was helping a so-called master hide everything from the motherfucking Union soldiers. The same people that killed them folks at Natchez. So interesting, Natchez. Natchez is an interesting place. The people that got removed, you got motherfuckers calling everybody tethers and shit like that. But we know for a fact more Indians left out of here than they ever brought any kind of slave in here. And it's 2024. I hope y'all know that the Africans that they talking about was Africans that came here as so-called white people, right? Don't matter if they black as Wesley Snipes or if they pale as Donald Trump. They was free white people. Whether they were slaves or not, they ended up being free white people. We're going to talk about that. Y'all want to open up that conversation? Let's go to Guinea. Let me take y'all to Guinea real quick because the Guinea Negro come from Italy, France, European extraction, just like Afrikaners. Afrikaners are Africanus, the descendants. And one thing I learned about people, what they Google, what they researching, you know what I realized? People are bing and bang. They're Googling. They're Googling Google. They're not researching a thing. Google, what's the Civil Rights Act? Nigga gonna give you the whole pictures of Coretta Scott, Martin Luther King, pictures of Rosa Parks and all of that or whatever, but they're not gonna tell you that shit was rights of Indians. Probably not gonna show you that video with all the men that's not dressed in fringes and feathers. They ain't got no tomahawks, no calumet, no peace pipes. And they in that room with Lyndon B. Johnson looking like our granddaddies and uncles. They're not going to do that. AI is not going to do that. So when you're Googling Google or you're binging Bing, don't mean you're going to get to the bottom of the matter. So let me just get to this. Let me see. Can I do the screen share? Hold on. See what we got going here. Hold on. First of all, can I drop the link? Can I drop the link? Hold on. I want to drop the link. And this is crazy because I'm doing this. This is the first time I did this in a very long time. I'm going straight through YouTube. Hold on. I'm trying to send the link. See if I can. But in any event, I definitely want to drop something because the Natcha has been back on my radar. How do I share this so that I can have pull doc and Phire Walker? I'm gonna have to run this back because I definitely don't know how to do that. Wow, big changes over here. Big changes. Hold on, cause I got something for y'all. Yeah. We gotta get these folks to stop lying about what they lying about, and they just be lying to be. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, let me get this on. Let me get this for you. Let me get this for ya. Damn, I done lost the hold on. Hold on. Let me know if y'all can see the screen. Drop a 1 if you can see the screen. Drop a 2 if you cannot. No? Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. How about now? No? Hold on. All right. Hold on. Y'all can see it? Okay, send on that chat. Hold on. Hold on. This ain't right. All right, I see what they're doing. Hold on. I gotta put the transfer over here. They're making me slave to this one browser right here. Not okay, but okay. Give me 1 second. I got something for y'all. I'm gonna read. All right. Yeah, let's go. Here we go. I think that's it. And I'm about to, hold on. Let's see. Can y'all see that? Hold on. Okay. So I want to read this, right? And this is what I mean about them. They gonna stop lying. And I wanted to share this. And I'm gonna start here. And the reason why I'm gonna start here, this is the name in the Haiti. Y'all can hear? Let me know if you can hear. Drop a one, drop a one. Can you hear me? Okay. This book here, I'm gonna drop it in there so y'all can get to it too. This is the naming of Haiti. And I'm gonna read a few pages from here, right? Because we talking about the Natchez too, and I'm gonna backstory the Natchez and factor in some of these other details because these are some of the things that people don't speak about with the Haitian Revolution. Y'all can see the screen. Let me know if y'all can see the screen. I see y'all saying y'all can't see me, but can you see the screen? Drop a one if you can see the screen. Oh, they acting stink. You've got to be joshing me. You've got to be kidding me. You got to be. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. So now y'all can see me, but you can't see the screen. Can y'all see me now? Drop a one if you can see me now. I'll stop the screen share. I gotta get back in their good algorithm graces and shit like that. That's okay. I would drop the source, but let me read for y'all real quick. When the first modern black state declared its independence on January 1st, 1804, it adopted an Amerindian name. Though its population was overwhelmingly African and Afro-American, and it had been ruled by Europeans for 3 centuries, the naming of the French Saint Saint-Domingue as Haiti remains only the case of a Caribbean colony undergoing a radical change of name on achieving independence. Apparently, the rugged, mountainous, and the Taino Arawak language. The word was assumed to be the Aboriginal term for the island that Columbus christened La Española. The choice of name raises interesting questions about ethnicity and identity and historical knowledge in the Caribbean. Yet the circumstances surrounding its selection have gone entirely unrecorded. Haiti's earliest historians, Vasti, 1969, and Matteo, were able to reveal a little on the matter. Modern historians have found almost nothing new to add. Having fought an extremely bitter war to expel French colonists and British and Spanish invaders, 1791 to 1803, Haiti's victorious ex-slaves and mixed-race elite evidently wished to emphasize symbolically their break with Europe. After completing the massacre of the remaining colonists in April 1804, head of state Jean-Jacques Dessalines proclaimed that no European would ever again be a proprietor in Haiti and declared enigmatically, "I have avenged America." These are his words. Flash forward 100 some years later, Haiti was trying to join the African Union. But okay. But okay. But they like to talk about the Haitian Revolution. But they forget about the Natchez that built this population. There are a few clues, however, as to how the decision was made in Dessalines' entourage of black and colored generals to anchor the new state to an American and non-colonial past. Historian Thomas Matteo merely tells us that when the French troops left in December 1803, people immediately thought about giving a new name to this land, and formed a new state. On everyone's lips was the name Haiti, as a reminder of the island's native inhabitants who had been wiped out defending their freedom. It received an enthusiastic welcome, and the local people called themselves Haitians. The local people called themselves Haitians. One might wonder why a place name that had scarcely been used for 3 centuries came so spontaneously and universally to mind in an almost entirely illiterate population that had little leisure for investigating the past. Had little leisure for investigating the past. Those accustomed to thinking of the Taino Arawak as helpless victims of genocide might also be surprised to find that them symbolizing violent resistance for the first Black Haitians. This article seeks to explore what makers of Haitian independence might have known, those past victims of European imperialism whose patrimony they came to inherit. Who's the daddy? Haiti and Africa. First, it is not entirely surprising the founding fathers did not pick an African name for the state. Dolores Yonker, 1989, points out that A is the word for earth in Fon, a language that has left a marked imprint on the lexicon of Haitian voodoo. However, her claim that this was the source of Dessalines' inspiration has little linguistic or historical basis. The Y in the phone is usually a consonant. The Y used interchangeably with I in the state's name is a vowel. The state is not called Haiti or Ai, of course. And at no time do Haitians ever seem to have believed their state to have an African name. Ajafon, furthermore, constituted no more than 15% of Saint Domingue's African slaves in the later 18th century. Furthermore, constituted no more than 15% of Saint Domingue's African slaves in the later 18th century. Now, I want you to hold on to that number right there. 15%, because the other 85% was 80% was Amerindians from all the different islands, namely Jamaica, Cuba, Florida, the Gulf Coast, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Mexico, the Yucatan, Belize, Honduras. But 15% of all these slaves no more than 15%. Though half or more of Haiti's population had been born in Africa, now you hear the double talk, they spoke dozens of different languages, which rendered difficult the choice of an acceptable term, a decision to name the country something like Nouveau Congo. Building on nostalgia for a prestigious African state, the homeland close to half the Africans in Saint Domingue would have had little appeal for the other half of the African-born population, and probably would have been offensive to locally born Haitians. Most important, few of Haiti's most prominent leaders were African, though some hostile commentators identified Dessalines and other ex-slave leaders of the Haitian Revolution as African-born. They used the term indiscriminately as a pejorative. African guerrilla leaders in the mountains, often called Congos, had played critical roles at different stages of the revolution, but their power had been broken by the Creole, i.e., locally born. Generals of the colonial army who were backed. So Madiu claimed by the Creole population of the plains, according to him, this had been a precondition for achieving national independence. Louis Bonstran Tonnerre, who wrote the Declaration of Independence, was passionately anti-European, but Paris educated of mixed racial descent and several generations removed from slavery. He had little personal connection to Africa. Dessalines entrusted him with writing the Independence Proclamation on December 31st, after rejecting as too staid an earlier attempt by another French-educated mulatto, Chardon. Bosman supposedly declared to draw up the Act of Independence, we need the skin of the white man for parchment, his skull for an inkwell, his blood for ink, and a bayonet for a pen. He sat up all night to work on the document. On the morning of January 1st, 1804, before the proclamation was made public in the seaport of Gonaives, a group of senior military officers met to swear support for independence and to name Dessalines head of state. They were agreed. Joseph St. Remy wrote this in 1956. Tells us with tantalizing imprecision on giving back to the country its aboriginal name of Haiti. Of the 37 officers who signed the Declaration of Independence, more than 2/3 were of mixed racial descent, and none was African. Now I'm going to bring that back. They were agreed. Joseph St. Remy tells us with tantalizing imprecision on giving back to the country its aboriginal name of Haiti. Of the 37 officers who signed the Declaration of Independence, more than 2/3 were of mixed racial descent, and none was African. None. The Haitian Revolution had never been just a revolution of slaves, and with a near monopoly on literacy, the former free-colored minority of the colonial times was disproportionately represented in the new state apparatus. This was the milieu that had to validate and very probably suggested the new state's name. Spokesmen of this new ruling class tended to share European deprecation of African and African-derived culture. Voodoo was repressed. Christianity was the only religion recognized by the state. Dessalines courtiers danced minuets and gavottes, along with the local Caribbeana, but not the calenda or chica. And no one seems to have suggested that Creole, the language of the masses, replaced French, even though Dessalines himself did not speak it. On the other hand, Haitian spokesmen did assert that the racial identity of all Haitians was African, and this unifying emphasis on the shared racial heritage served to counteract mutually reinforcing divisions of class and color. Leon Francois Huffman observes that mixed-race Haitians seem very rarely to have disowned their African ancestry by substituting a supposed Indian ancestry, as he says their Dominican neighbors have done. A few sought to do so in court cases of the colonial period in order to be classified white, just as others bogusly claimed pure European descent. But after the revolution began, the opposite occurred. Certain white allies of the Black revolutionaries claimed to be of mixed racial descent. The Constitution of 1805 defined all Haitian citizens as Black and banned the use of colonial terms denoting phenotype. Say what? Nevertheless, appeals to blackness seem to have been rare during the revolution. In a mixed race, color conscious population, they were potentially divisive. In Paris in 1789, a group of free blacks seemingly excluded from activities of colored activists. Now, colored activists had criticized the latter's bastardized origins while vaunting their own racial purity. Haitian ethnographer and statesman Jean Price Mars argued sentiment de race, that's from 1945, motivated revolutionary leader Toussaint Louverture, and that he wanted to make blackness a subject for pride. I would contend Toussaint fought to remove the stigma attached by Europeans to blackness by pointing out the race does not determine behavior, rather than by valorizing biological attributes. Moreover, after Dessalines' assassination in 1806, the article defining Haitians as black was dropped from all subsequent constitutions. Now the Constitution been the same. And if you remember back on old Phoenix Moon 2017, I did the Haitian Constitution, and I showed them how they wasn't really African until 1986. After they got rid of 86, 87, after they got rid of Duvalier, because they were still running off the same 1804 Constitution. Now, I wanted to be clear that the reason why revolution happened in the first place, because slavery was already abolished in Hispaniola. And they revolted when it wasn't. And it wasn't no longer no slavery until the Natchez got there and filled up the motherfucking place. Mic check 1, 2. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Haiti and the Taino. Amerindian symbolism provided a sort of neutral, non-European reference point for a diverse population, some of whose most influential figures had every reason to hate Europeans, but who in ancestry as well as culture were much more European than African. Though light-skinned Haitians have really claimed Amerindian ancestry, it is generally they who have it is generally they who have shown most interest in their country's Native American past. From the beginning of the Haitian Revolution, mixed race activists, but not their black counterparts, called themselves Americans. Dessalines adopted the name Haiti, but it was the 1816 Constitution of Alexandre Pétion, leader of the former Free Colors in the War of Independence, 1802 to 1803, that admitted to Haitian citizenship all African and Amerindian migrants. Whether or not the choice of the Amerindian name had a special appeal for Haitians of mixed racial descent, it surely was valued by a ruling class that rejected both African culture and European rule, and which was charting unknown terrain in a difficult search for national identity. There are strong reasons, therefore, for thinking that the preponderant influence in the naming of Haiti came from members of a mixed race elite, and that part of the name's attraction was that it was neither European nor African. Even so, if we believe Mariu's account, the name must at least have resonated with a large section of the population. But what can the mainly African ex-slaves have known of a world that collapsed at the time of Columbus? Some modern Haitian scholars, such as Jean Fouchard, 1972, that's modern, okay, to them, and Louis Elie, 1945, have suggested Taino Arawaks or their descendants survived in numbers into the late colonial period. Also written by Charles in 1992, along with others like Jean Price Mars, godfather of the Indigenous movement, NIST, NIST suffix, movement. They have argued for a Taino cultural influence in Saint Domingue, down to the Haitian Revolution and beyond, claiming certain voodoo chants of the revolutionary period to be Arawak war chants. One chant was supposedly written by the ruler Anakaona, executed in 1504. Price Mars' source for attributing a late colonial voodoo chant to the Taino was apparently the mid-19th century work, History des Caciques de Haiti by Emile Now, N-A-U. Now, however, stated that this linking of the voodoo chant with the Taino was a fiction. It had been invented, he claimed, by courtiers of King Henry Christophe, 1811 to 1820, to flatter the monarch who liked hearing stories about his namesake. Enrique, a 16th century Taino leader who fought against the Spanish. Unknown to now, the chant was genuine, but of African origin. The proposed translation, death rather than slavery, was false and taken from an earlier French author. The story thus provides further evidence that the elite Haitians in the 19th and 20th centuries have sometimes been attracted by Hispaniola's Arawak past, but it is not proof of Taino traditions continuing through the time of independence. In more recent years, Hungarian ethnographer Maya Deren, in recent years, this is 1975 is recent years to now, and other scholars have suggested a more encompassing Amerindian influence on Haitian voodoo. Part of Darren's case rests on general similarities between African and Native American religions, which she acknowledged to be merely similarities rather than products of diffusion. Her argument is centered, however, on the outmoded understanding of voodoo's violent petro cult as being an American rather than African creation. And ethnographically and historically, more plausible interpretation of petro sees it as related to the huge influx of Congo slaves into Saint Domingue in the late 18th century. So we're talking the late 1700s. Okay? Many of its deities, its drumming, dances, and magical accoutrements seem related to the Congo region. Darren was clearly wrong to derive the Congo word zombie and Simbi from the Arawak Zimi. Even those who regard Petro as a new world creation tend to see its violent features as a reaction to the enslavement rather than a product of Amerindian influence. The same can be said of voodoo's decentralized nature, which Darren also linked unconvincingly to the Arawak's past. Finally, the inclusion of Taino axe heads and figurines among the sacred objects of some voodoo temples did suggest an awareness among Haitians of the vanished Amerindians. But it is not evidence, as Louis Maximilian claimed, of Arawak influence on the formation of voodoo. Voodoo has no counterpart to the Brazilian candomblé caboclo, right? Nothing is known for certain about the ex-slaves' knowledge of Native American culture. The 16th century no doubt saw some cultural transmission between the last survivors of the pre-Columbian population and the first generations of African slaves, though the two groups tended to live in separate locations. Suzanne Comer Sylvain stated that in the 1930s that 10% of Haitian folk tales were clearly of Indian origin. However, she acknowledged that the paucity of sources available to her concerning the Caribbean Indians and other folklorists have seemed less convinced. Corlander. I wonder if that's Harold Corlander, who Alex Haley stole roots from, but okay. 1964. That's the source. Moreover, while traditional foodways or fishing techniques may have been transmitted directly or through European intermediaries, there seems less reason to think a redundant place name would have been preserved among the enslaved blacks. Above all, such Amerindian African contact as occurred on the 16th century, Hispaniola was likely to involve Indians other than the Aboriginal Taino, who numbered fewer than 1,000 by 1550, and only a few dozen by the 1560s, when the black population was estimated between 12,000 and 25,000. By that time, Hispaniola's colonists had imported, according to Carlos Dive, tens of thousands Indian slaves from all around the Caribbean and also Mexico and Brazil. By the time the French began large-scale importations of black slaves in the late 17th century, the native Arawaks had been almost extinct for about 100 years. Dominican ideologues have obviously exaggerated when they denied any Amerindian input into the creation of the Haitian people. Early French censuses record small numbers of enslaved sauvages and Indians, notably on the neglected South Coast, though they were probably not descendants of the pre-Columbian Taino. Like the Spanish before them, the French enslaved the Amerindian peoples and brought them to the colony. It is true that in pre-Columbian Caribbean use of the term, Haiti was probably not confined to the Taino. However, the few Indians who appear in plantation inventories and colonial newspapers in the 18th century were likely to be Natchez and others deported from Louisiana, Canada, and South America, or Asian Indians sent through Ile-de-France. Moreau de Saint Mary. By the 1780s, even with their mixed race descendants, Mulatres Indians, they represented a small fraction of 1% of the slave population. I'm going to stop right there. So the conflict has always been happening on whether or not these people is African. There's no evidence that they motherfucking African. And I'm going to tell you what, even in Columbus days, when they talking about the African, they talking about the white. They talking about the white man. We gonna keep it a band or what? Even if the white man was black as motherfucker Wesley Snipes. We gonna get into that. I can't wait to walk down the Creoles. We're gonna tear up a lot of this shit. And we're gonna show who a lot of these West Africans is. Ah, man, let me drop y'all this map. Y'all look for your own viewing pleasure. Hold on 1 second. I want y'all to see this map with Guinea on it because we're gonna get back to this. Hold on. Now, what I'm gonna need y'all to do, just matter of fact, here you go. I'm gonna give you the seed. Now, don't just look at this map, right? Don't just look at this map. Go look at all the maps of the Treaty of Brittany so you can understand who these Africans is. Here they come. They're going to be mad. But, hold on. There y'all go. Y'all, I want y'all to see where that map is. Go ahead and open up that map, babies. Open up the map, beloveds. And you go see where them guineas is. And when you see Ango Lame on there, let me know. Because I'm going to get to them too. Right? where Angola come from. I'm going to get to them too. That's a 1300s map. Ghana, Guinea. Guinea, Italian. Oh, yeah. Y'all see it? The Treaty of Brittany, 1360. I need y'all to go see Guinea on that map. I want y'all to tell me why all these years these niggas ain't been able to come up with no map of Kemet. You want to know where Kemet is at? I'm going to show you where Kemet is. Hold on. Let me get y'all the geospatial coordinates and whatnot. Swati Europeans, they was colonizing down in Africa too. How your DNA match these West Africans, but you're not related to none of the West Africans. They ain't found a cousin yet. It's hilarious. Hold on. This is why they was never able to produce no map of ancient Kemet. And let them play around. They've been fucking around with the timeline. See, they messed up when they let them Ptolemaic maps hit these universities, right? Because the Ptolemaic maps show that our timeline is completely different than their timeline, right? Ethiopia just had a new year. Them niggas is in 2017. We talking about 2024, but we done lost a couple years, right? With respect to our 13 moons and our 28-day cycles, right? With the Ptolemaic maps, it shows that they 1500 AD, 2000 BC, and all that shit. That shit could have been the year 1000 for us. There was definitely a motherfucking interruption, and I know for facts our people was trying to teach motherfucking shit, and something abruptly fucking changed. We gonna get to it though. The Natchez population, and let me tell you, it's mad nasty, right? And the reason why it's nasty because Indians helped the French get rid of them. And we're gonna go all into the Indian slavery, right? When they be talking about Indians had slaves, my nigga, we're gonna show you where grandma's Blackfoot went. We're gonna show y'all where grandma's Blackfoot went. It's absolutely crazy. So we're gonna put it together, package it up real nice. Got the receipts, but I want y'all to deal with the maps, not just the map and that link, but go and search the Treaty of Brittany and go there. And go there and see what the Ghanaians, well, who's the real Guineas? Won't the real Guineas please stand up? What are we talking about? Kemet being in Austria? Yeah, I just dropped the coordinates too. Right? Didn't I drop the coordinates? Hold on, here you go. Y'all go look at the GPS. That shit ain't moved. It's the same place it was 1,000 motherfucking years ago. Unincorporated ass town. Go on now. Oh yeah, I did put it in there. Okay. Yeah. Go put that shit in your Google Earth. Tell them hoteps to put that in their motherfucking, in their goddamn foo-foo stew. Let's do it. I'm here for it. Anyhow. It's been a while. I love y'all. I cook food. I ain't gonna stay too long. I got a couple things to do before I turn down for what. But yeah, we're gonna keep going. So just so you know, Will Teachers is gonna be pulling up soon. And if you haven't already, I want to thank everybody that signed the petition. Please do so. And see if one of the mods could get that in the chat for y'all. We at over 10,000. In the minute that we hear from Congress, we're gonna be able to, have a conversation with y'all too. We need 100,000 signatures so that we can have White House, excuse me, White House conversations. That's what we need, regardless of who's there. That's what's set up, and that hasn't changed. I definitely want to thank all the people that has been, rolling with us this far. We ain't steer you wrong. And we appreciate it. And please, just keep yourself cool, take care of yourself, keep yourself in the best hope, in the best shape as possible so that we can enjoy this shit. We ain't go through all of this crazy shit for nothing. It's a beautiful day in Indian country. Be on the lookout for them West Florida t-shirts, honey. West Florida t-shirts. Y'all seen the flag. Chief showed y'all the flag. It's going up. It's going up. In a real way. We super excited about it. And you should be too. You should be too. Anybody that's handling grandma and grandpa business, right? What Mississippi we talking about? What Mississippi we talking about? Mississippi 1, a 2, a 3. Oh, we gonna have a good time. Shout out to y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I told y'all in the beginning, the first video, I hope this live finds you well. It's been a long time. I don't even know how long. I'm sure somebody going to say, Phoenix, it's been 7 months. It's been 8 months. I don't know how long it's been, but I'm glad I'm here and I'll be back too. If you haven't already, if y'all could get the mods, if y'all could get Chief's TikTok in there, go follow Chief on TikTok. We about to start going ham over there. Yes, indeed. We're going to go over there to TikTok and look at all the people that got, when you put in Chief Warhorse, y'all know it's her picture. It's my favorite picture, the one that I have on my page where she got the red on, right? That's really her, okay? The mother pages, we don't know who they are, okay? The one that's following me, that's really Chief. I don't know who these other folks is. But when she get to TikTok, she gonna see a whole bunch of people that have been on TikTok years using her shit going viral. Using her to go viral. So they get a treat that she gets to be there. Definitely, if you haven't already, also hit my TikTok. We're gonna have us a good time. Listen, next week, if y'all in the quad state, I would say tri-state, but New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, that's the quad state, right? If y'all in the quad state area, I want y'all to pull up. And where I want y'all to pull up to, come check us out at Swarthmore University. We're gonna have a little intimate setting. It's gonna be a town meeting, right? Not a ticketed event because we have a small venue. But what we're doing there, we definitely wouldn't mind to see y'all there. It's gonna be a town hall. We're gonna be live. Hit us up on the website at UIH Urban Indian Heritage Society.org. You can hit us up at uihs.org at AOL, whichever you feel is more convenient or easier. How about both? Let us know if you'd like to pull up. We'll be there for the weekend. We'll be there the whole weekend. Indigenous Peoples Weekend. Happy Indigenous Peoples Month to everybody. This is a good time. Let's all get together. The town hall, we're going to be talking about politics and a lot of things that we can't talk about. It won't be no freezing ass communication, no weird ass stream or nothing. We're going to be live and direct. And we're also going to go live. So if y'all like to participate, definitely hit us up and let me know y'all want to come through. We'll be at Swarthmore. yeah, it'll be good to see y'all. We got a couple other things going up. I will post a flyer on my community page, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna put it on Urban Indian Heritage Society page too. If we could drop that link, hold on, let me go get it for y'all. Yes, sir. Let me get that for you. So y'all can subscribe because it's gonna be lit over there. And for your winter, while you tucked in here on the East Coast and we dealing with blizzards and stuff, you might as well hear us have our intellectual conversations, right? Stimulating conversations. And hold on one second. Hold on, y'all. Let me get that for you. And some of y'all may already be there, but if not, follow the channel. Okay, boom. How we do this? There we go. Yeah, y'all follow the channel. We got a lot of content. This winter's gonna be dope. It's a lot going on. I can't wait to see y'all. If you're not checking for me on TikTok, if you're not checking for me on X, that's where you're gonna find me. Come on over there. We're gonna have some spaces going and we're gonna get to the drop. And then I gotta come back to YouTube and then I'm gonna refresh some of the old drop that I haven't been putting over here that's been going through the other communities, right? Because what they've been doing is listening in the shadows. They be in the goo, listening to all our drop, and then they come on YouTube and they be acting like it's they shit. So we gonna, you know, do the double back and all that shit. But I'm super excited. This Haiti drop, we ain't done. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. And then, you know, the identity. People ain't gonna run from it. They ain't gonna be able to. Not gonna be able to. They're not gonna be able to. It ain't no need to. Everybody just embrace the truth, right? Hold on YouTube at Urban Indian Heritage Society. Okay, that's where we gonna be. That's gonna be politics moon, smooth moon. Here I get to do what I want to do. I'm on my own time. There we on brand things. You understand? So time and the place for everything. So over here, I don't do the censorship. We can do and say what we want. Have some adult conversations and stuff like that. I think people still not learning how to the art of debates and stuff like that. Probably stop cutting people off, hear these losers out, and then write your shit down and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can get your shit off when it's appropriate. You don't gotta cut niggas off. It shows poor sportsmanship, and because you better than that. You should be better than that, especially if you came up in the battle groups like we did, right? When it wasn't popular to be no Indian and everybody wasn't talking about that, right? Couldn't get niggas to listen to us and shit. But now everybody a motherfucking Indian. Even Umar Johnson, if he killed grandma off and take her to Africa afterwards, right? They still that. Everybody gonna have a drop of Indian. Well, I knew my grandmother was Cherokee, but everybody gonna be saying shit like that now. You watch. So, whatever. A lot of this shit gonna die down. Get yours while these other people going crazy over this election. Get whatever you can get off in your, you know what I'm saying, for you and yours. Secure your shit. And another thing I want to mention is like you ain't gotta be no poor righteous teacher. These niggas been lying to motherfuckers for years, and niggas been paying handsomely for lies. Ain't nothing wrong with the motherfucking truth, but the truth happens to not be worth a fucking dime, right? Truth ain't worth a fucking dime these days, and that's crazy. Contrary to what these niggas talk about, truth ain't worth shit. Niggas get paid for lying, and they lie in a nice, smooth way with a good suit on sometimes, right? Sitting there all groomed and shit like that, and they be whole pieces of you know what. But it is what it is. We're gonna get it together. The Indigenous Peoples Weekend also going on. We're gonna have a calendar up. It's gonna be Randall's Island if you're in the New York area, but definitely if you're in Philly, you're in Pennsylvania, come pull up on us at Swarthmore. It'd be nice to see you. Intellectual conversation. We will be going live if you'd like to be part of the broadcast. You never know what kind of guests we're going to have there and who's going to be our guest speakers and who you might be on the live with. So I definitely would love to see y'all. Shout out to Dr. Fontaine Corn Pop. And one of my favorite Libras, one of the dopest dudes in Indian country too, cousin Ish. My cousin birthday coming up this weekend. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. My beautiful cousin Tasha, Davita, Selly, Nikki, everybody at UIHS, cousin Latasha, Mr. Waldo, Chief Warhorse, all of y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It's been a great year. It's going to be even better. Brother Jamar, all y'all beautiful people, man. It's nothing but love. I see us winning. Finding our feathers, everybody, yo. We home. Grandma's house is lit. We got the place cleaned up, and she said we could turn up a little bit. It's going to be a wonderful time. I appreciate y'all. Wealth, health, abundance. Keep yourselves sane. Don't let these niggas ruin y'all peace of mind. Do whatever you can with your family. Get y'all shit together. It's time to turn up. Indians always on grandma business, right? Always, at all times. Love y'all. Take care of yourselves. If not us, then who? And if not now, then when? Chipisa la chique.